Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Frankie, and today's video is going to be a full face of drugstore dupes. So to start off today's video, we're going to start with the Liquid Glow filter from e.l.f. And this is in the shade Fair 1. And this is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury liquid filter. The next dupe is the Maybelline Fit Me. This is the Hydrate and Smooth in the shade 110 Porcelain. This is supposed to be a dupe for Studio Fix. So for a lot of my clients, I actually keep this in my kit along with the Studio Fix from MAC. And I would say they are very similar in like the way the texture goes on and how it just blends in really smooth and creamy. The only thing I would say is different is that I use this to kind of water down the Studio Fix on my clients and make it a little bit more glowy and hydrated look. We're gonna go ahead and put it on. They both have great coverage. If you're a beginner with foundation, this is a great one to start with. You can really build it. You can go from light to medium to full coverage with this foundation. It is great. I would say I typically use this for more of a light to medium. So this product clearly looks like a dupe, but there's other brands that have come out with products that look similar to it as well. They did it really well. The product inside is very creamy. It blends out. It doesn't go on patchy. And that is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wands. I have a few of these and I absolutely love them. I love how they go on and I love how versatile and easy they are to use. But these are clearly a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Wands and they really did a good job on doing it. Personally, I've used both and I like both. The price point is quite a difference. The Charlotte's more in like the 50 to 60 zone and the e.l.f. I think I paid around $14 at Shoppers. So if you're looking for a dupe that is affordable for your everyday makeup wear, go ahead and try the e.l.f. Halo ones. You won't be disappointed. All right, so I'm just going to start with, this one's a little bit messy. They are a little bit messy to work with, but they are worth the mess. So this is the light to medium. It's the warm one. It's warm side. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the cheek. So these blend in really nicely, especially for the price point. The quality is there. I do find I've used more expensive ones before and you'll put the dots on there and the dots just stay there. Like you cannot get rid of that dot. So I don't know, I really like it. I like how they can be sheer, but they can also pack a punch of color. The more and more you use it, the easier it is to get used to them. And you can just see like you can keep that sheer sheen through the face. From the Halo Wand liquid filter, and I think it's just super pretty. Rosé Use Slide Blush. I have a more peachy one, but I really just want to go with the pink tones today. That was definitely too much. Definitely. You know what? We're just gonna put a little bit on the eyes. I saw the new makeup thing that's gonna happen right now is the, it's not Nutcracker. What is it called? Hailey Bieber just did it. BRB. It is the Nutcracker. The new makeup thing she started is the Nutcracker makeup and it is super cute. It's just basically a lot of pink tones. I used way too much blush, so we'll be blending for a year here. But like I said, they have great amount of pigment, guys. This is stunning. This is way too much, but it's stunning. We're just gonna be rosy today. That's how it's going. So for the dupe for concealer, I have yet again e.l.f. e.l.f. has outdone themselves this year. This is the Hydrating Camo Concealer. I didn't mind the mattifying one, but I really like the satin finish from this one. So I have it in the shade Light Ivory, and this is supposed to be a dupe for the Shape Tape. Now I have used both, and I would say they're very similar. That's my personal opinion. And I actually really don't mind this concealer. I know you'll find a hit or miss amount of comments, whether people like it or not, and that's gonna happen with basically any product you ever try, and that is why there's so many products out there, because there's one for everyone. Just because something works for one person doesn't mean it's going to work for the next. I find it goes on and looks very filtered. It's a very nice medium coverage. You could probably go a little bit thicker if you wanted, or lighter. I'm just gonna keep it with like that medium vibe today and just tap on a little bit of highlighter. I am glowing. Literally brighter than the sun right now, guys. This is beautiful products, great payoff. It's just really pretty. So for setting powder, I have the shade 10 Fairlight in the Maybelline Fit Me. This is the loose finishing powder. It says online that this is a dupe for either the Laura Mercier setting powder or the Huda Beauty. I've used all three, and I just went ahead and tried all three on my arm just to kind of see and get the vibe of what I think it is. And I would say texture-wise, Laura Mercier is super soft and silky. And I would say that this is a little bit closer to the Huda Beauty powder, where it has a little bit more of like that thicker powder that maybe has a little bit more coverage, and you can still go natural, but the Laura Mercier is a little bit more silky and natural. If that makes any sense, I would say that the Fit Me is closer to the Huda Beauty. But it is a beautiful powder, and I recommend this through my drugstore videos anyway. So I would say that they are a great dupe. They also look very similar, which I don't know if that's what they were going for or not. It is just square packaging with black lids, but it is very similar, and the product itself is similar. This is just maybe a little bit more coverage. But for the price point, I think this is in like the 50 to 60s, and this is under $15. And I would recommend trying that out if you love the Huda Beauty powder, but you want something everyday affordable. And I will note that Huda Beauty has quite a scent to it. So if you're very sensitive to fragrance, then the Fit Me might be a good choice because it doesn't have a scent to it. So this next dupe is for the NARS Orgasm Blush. Online, you can either use the Dolce Pink or the Luminoso, and these are both from Milani. Super beautiful on their own. I will say that not one or the other is just like the NARS blush. I feel like you're going to have to split up what you want if you're not going to use both of them together to get the Orgasm Blush, because it does have that happy medium of the pink and gold and peach all together. It's really pretty on all together. So if you're going for more of like that pinky tone, you're gonna want the Dolce Pink. Whereas if you want more of that peachy gold vibe, then you're gonna wanna go with the Luminoso. I'm gonna mix them together to get that happy medium. It is just so beautiful together. These are typically between the, I would say around the $14 mark. So I would get both to kind of dupe it, but if you're only getting one, my absolute favorite will always be Dolce Pink. It's just so pretty. I would say you really do have to mix these two to get the Orgasm Blush, because they have like both of the tones mixed together. So do with that what you will, but these are a great dupe. But on their own, they're just amazing products. Milani is amazing for the price point especially. So I definitely 10 out of 10 recommend trying the Milani blushes. And for the last dupe of the day, it's going to be e.l.f. Brow Lift. This is a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze, and it is amazing product, and it's probably the best brow gel that I've ever used. I'm gonna go ahead and take a disposable little brush. I personally use these a couple times on myself. If they're on clients, they are disposable, you throw them out. And I really like to bend it. And just makes it a little bit easier to brush them upwards. But like you can see immediately, they freeze in place. I almost forgot. My absolute favorite dupe so far. So this is the e.l.f. Squeeze Me Lip Balm. And I was very hesitant that this was going to be a dupe because I have been using the Laneige lip balm for a very long time, years and years. And it's my favorite. The squeeze tubes, I've got the gummy bear, the berry. They're my favorite. They're about $20 to $25 once you buy them. This is like $4.99 and it stays hydrating and glossy. And oh my gosh, this is the vanilla frosting and it smells like you are putting a cake on your lips. Oh, it is so good, and you can smell it. It is so good. I went in to buy them from my shoppers. They didn't have any other scents, So I definitely will come back with another video and continue to see if even like I think that's grape, it's their purple one, is similar to the shade of my gummy bear one, because the gummy bear one does have a little bit of a purple tone to it. So I want to see if they're kind of similar in that way. But for a lip balm, this is a 10 out of 10. I love, when it comes to a dupe, they're not identical. So you can feel when you're rubbing your lips together, this is a little bit more creamy, whereas the Laneige is a little bit more, how do I want to explain that? So it's a little bit more of like that clear liquidy feeling, whereas this is a little bit more of like that creamy feeling. Does that make sense? Anyway, so that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to my drugstore dupes video. If you enjoyed it, hit that subscribe button for some more, and we'll see you next time.